Welcome back. The news in details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Monday held a meeting with Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Minister of International Cooperation Rania al-Mashat. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that the meeting reviewed efforts of the Ministry of International Cooperation in recruiting soft developmental finance for the climate change file. In this context, President al-Sisi instructed to support the national programs that boost the climate action and to foster the international partnership to create a successful national example in accordance with Egypt's goals concerning the climate issue. During the meeting, al-Mashat tackled the cooperation process with the international development partners within the framework of the National Platform for Climate Change and Green Projects Investments. She said that the platform, which is considered a national and regional program, links international climate challenges with development issues. The minister also reviewed the latest preparations for Egypt Forum for International Cooperation and Developmental Finance, which will be held in the new administrative capital in September. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi on Monday held a phone call with his Iraqi counterpart, Barham Saleh. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that President al-Sisi reiterated during the phone call Egypt's full support for Iraq. The head of state stressed on the importance of abiding by the dialogue track and putting Iraq's national interest on top of all other considerations, saying that Egypt, along with other Arab countries, is ready to exert the utmost efforts to end the escalation in the Arab-Asian country. For his part, Iraqi President expressed his appreciation for Egypt's historical and continuous support for Iraq. Also on Monday, President al-Sisi held a phone call with the Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi, where the two leaders discussed the latest developments in Iraq. They also discussed the efforts exerted in order to retrieve peace and stability in Iraq. An influential Shiite cleric announced Monday that he would resign from Iraqi politics, prompting hundreds of his angry followers to storm the government palace and sparking clashes with security forces in which at least 10 protesters were killed.
At least 10 Iraqis were killed on Monday after powerful Shia cleric Muqtada al-Sadr said he will quit politics, prompting his loyalists to storm a palatial government complex in Baghdad and leading the clashes with rival Shia groups. Young men loyal to Sadr charged the government headquarters in Baghdad's secure green zone, once a palace of Saddam Hussein, and took to the streets outside the area where they skirmished with the supporters of rival Tehran-backed groups. As gunfire echoed over the capital, some people were seen firing guns toward the ranks of supporters of Sadr, while others fired into the air in a nation awash with weapons after years of conflicts and unrest. Supporters of rival groups also hurled rocks at each other. The flare-up followed a political deadlock lasting months that has blocked the formation of a new cabinet. The army swiftly ordered a curfew. In addition to the 10 people killed, several dozens were injured. The clashes erupted hours after that declaration, prompting his supporters, who had already been staging a week-long sit-in at Parliament in the Green Zone, to demonstrate and storm the main cabinet headquarters. Some jumped into a swimming pool at the palace, cheering and waving flags. Iraq's military declared an open-ended nationwide curfew and urged the protesters to leave the Green Zone.
Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri on Monday hailed the African Climate Week in Gabon as an important platform to spill out African suffering brought about by the climate crisis. Addressing the opening session of the week in his capacity as the designate president of the UN Climate Conference COP27, Shukri said the African continent is the worst hit by climate change and that the upcoming COP conference in Sharm el-Sheikh should be a starting point to collective work to face the crisis. The top diplomat said the world is facing mounting changes due to geopolitical factors coupled with energy crises and renewed commitment to ensure COP27 will meet the aspirations. Shukri said many pledges were made to handle the climate change problem and they should be adhered to, adding that the use of renewable energy sources should be enhanced in order to bring balance to the carbon emissions. Foreign Minister estimated that Africa needs $300 billion to handle the fallout of climate change. The African Climate Week, which continues to September 1st, is organized by the UN. Meanwhile, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry met with Gabonese President Ali Bongo in Libreville on Monday. Foreign Ministry spokesman Ahmed Hafiz said that the meeting focused on means of enhancing cooperation between Egypt and Gabon in various domains. Hafiz added that the minister is scheduled to meet a number of senior Gabonese officials to discuss several regional and international issues of common concern. The Interior Ministry has continued its efforts in combating various types of crime, succeeding in targeting many criminal elements. During the past week, security forces have also arrested 557 criminal elements and killed 4 dangerous criminals in 25 security directorates. In Shar'iyya, Ismailiyya, Dahliya, Damietta and Bursaid, very dangerous criminal hideouts were located and eliminated as security forces arrested 104 suspects. A lot of weapons and a big amount of ammunition were also confiscated during the security raids. The Interior Ministry issued its daily statement on Monday listing the details of its campaigns to counter market breaches, including overpricing and storing basic goods. It said 486 cases of breaches were made, including 160 tons of food and non-food supplies confiscated. As for the storing of strategic and subsidized goods, around 41 tons were confiscated. 119 tons of food were seized for overpricing. 718 cases of bread weight breaches to loaves were reported. 12 tons of local grain were also seized for manipulating and breaching the local grain supply mechanism. Welcome back. Egypt's stock indices collectively slid in the trading session on Monday after being affected by profit-making selling operations. The benchmark EGX 30 index slid by 0.55%. The EGX 70 index for small and medium businesses also went down by 0.66%. And the broader EGX 100 index retreated by 0.62%. After all indices slid by sales of investors, the market capitalization lost £1.1 billion to close at £688.7 billion amid transactions of about £4 billion.